Good morning, good morning, sir. Good morning, madam. Good morning to all. Actually, I waited for today's chief guest because of some technical reason. He is not able to. Sir, just I'm making a co-host. Everything is ready. Already it is live. Chennai, sir, may I start, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Actually, because of some technical reason, the chief guest is not able to attend, sir. We will start. So you are there always with us. And now Dr. Rajashree Rathod madam from Pune University. Sir, ma'am is going to chair your sessions.
Yes.
Good morning to Onandal. A warm welcome to 4th Doctoral Research International Conference on Social Sciences, Humanities and Interdisciplinary Research, jointly organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQAC, Northeastern Hill University, NEHU, Shillong, Meghalaya, and Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD, Shillong Chapter, Meghalaya, in collaboration with Department of Philosophy and IQAC, MORAN College, affiliated to Dibrugarh University, and the Department of Philosophy and Sri Venkateswara University Computer Center, Sri Venkateswara University, Andhra Pradesh. A warm welcome to today's keynote speaker, Professor P. Chennai sir, and my own guru. Because of some technical reason, our chief guest not able to attend, Professor D.V. Kumar sir. I am grateful to him. Professor P.V. Sukla sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northeastern Hill University, because of sir motivation, encouragement, cooperation what we are doing. And Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University. Professor B.S. Mipun sir, Chairperson, ISTD Shillong Chapter. And Professor Dikshit sir, Director, IQAC, NEHU. Dr. Rajashree Rathod, ma'am, Associate Professor, Tilak College, Chairperson of the technical session, Dr. Nagarajashree, madam, Conference Coordinator, Professor Mithali Kowar, ma'am, Principal of Moran College, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bhartakur, sir, Coordinator, IQAC, Moran College, and Dr. Srutasini Gogoi, madam, Head Department of Philosophy, Moran College. And warm welcome to all the paper presenters and participants and teachers. Actually, the research, R&D, research and development are two sides of the same coin. During pandemic, now still we are under pandemic, even though the intensity level is not more, but still we are under pandemic. What is happening in China and other countries, it is better to take care. At the same time, research. So it is our duty to see and relook whatever we are doing. The Indian and international research reviews say why Indians are not affected more when compared with any other regarding COVID because of their immunity, the immunization or our way of behave. Sometimes too much carefulness also is not good. At the same time, carelessness is also not good. So the way we are living, the place and environment and our behavior, food habits, indirectly it encouraged and motivated an individual to be healthy and fight for these bacteria or any other virus. So the doctoral scholars, they are facing problem to present their paper and to get a suggestion, to seek suggestion from senior teachers like Professor Chennai sir. Philosophy is the root for any research. Philosophical foundation is very, and I did more than 32 MOOC courses on research methodology and research, research capabilities, innovative things by the qualitative, quantitative, mixed methods research, and number of innovative things are there. Today morning, I interacted with Paramita Saha, scholars from Assam University. She is the first presenter, our former guest lecture. So they have innovative ideas, but they are not getting a platform to interact with the experts and to clarify their doubts. So we created to share our knowledge. Professor Chennai sir always sharing whatever he has free of cost. Sir is attending or visited in 2020 February and NEHU March first week and February last week. Here program Professor P. Chennai sir is going to deliver keynote address. My warm welcome to Professor P. Chennai sir and Rajashree madam. The Paramita Saha and Dr. Seema Paul, a joint paper from Department of Education, Assam University, Silchar, Mevite and myself, and Monica Lothra and Frankie Rani madam from Guru Nanak Dev University, Department of Education, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, and Anuleka Bhagawati and Professor Abhigan Bhattacharya sir, Thora Campus, Department of Management, and myself, our joint paper. So we are going to discuss and even possible and raise questions. Professor Chennai sir is asking our Socrates also, philosopher, great philosopher, dialogue method, Krishna, Arjuna, Vada, Samvada. So Paramita sir is going to present on technological, pedagogical content knowledge and attitude of science teachers towards technology, and Mevite is attitude of physical education teacher towards physical education programs in the Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, and Nagaland Board of School Education, NBSE, secondary schools in Nagaland. And Monica Lothran, Dr. Frankie Rani joint paper, the role of life skills as a mediator in between basic psychological needs and mental health, teacher support as a moderator. And Anuleka Bhagawati and Abhigan Bhattacharya is a professor joint paper. Here, generation of own source revenue by here gone panchayats, maybe the important sources and associated factors of here fluctuations. And our paper is a mixed method research and overview. I did on so many courses from University of Wollongong, University of Griffith, and University of Leeds. I shared this information with Dr. Frankie Gupta madam and Frankie Rani madam from Amritsar. JNDU mad immediately why number matter, why things qualitative and quantitative related course he did, and by paying money. I still remember the incident. With this, I'm requesting one and all, before going to invite our Professor P. Chennai sir to deliver keynote address, we'll start the program with Vande Mataram. Thank you. I'm requesting Professor P. Chennai sir to deliver keynote address. Over to Professor P. Chennai sir.
Respectable coordinator, Dr. Amaresh sir, who is the designer of the program and who is the person to take more inspiration to do all types of international conferences. Our Rajashree Madam, Srinivas Reddy Garu, and the all participants of this program. So this is a doctoral research program. So PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. Doctor means a person who is an expert who gives a treatment, who gives solutions, who solves many problems in the human life. So Doctor of Philosophy. So here philosophy means love of wisdom, love of truth. So truth liberates, truth wins, truth transforms. When there is a truth, there you will find so much of transformation. So love of wisdom, philosophy means love of wisdom. PhD means Doctor of Philosophy. Philosophy means love of wisdom, love of truth. What do you mean by wisdom? Wisdom means seeing exactly what it is, what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. If you see exactly clearly what is bad, that seeing itself creates a transformation to free from badness. If you see any danger in the life, that seeing itself transformation from that issue. So here clear perception is relating with the philosophy. So many people, almost in 194 sovereign countries, almost thousands of universities, we have the highest degree called PhD, that is called Doctor of Philosophy. So here Doctor of Philosophy is a noble degree. It gives strength for our life and it gives a dignity. It may add your name, doctor. So it is a wonderful degree. So if you want to complete PhD, we need more attention, concentration, lovable dedication and everything in the international conferences relating to doctoral studies. In every conference, I may give some important finding related the PhD thesis submitted, awarded, the awarded thesis contents I may give for inspiration. Recently, one PhD awarded in South India, the relating with Raman Maharshi philosophy. I was the examiner for the adjudicator for the PhD thesis. I was the chairman for Vivavasi board for award of that PhD. 3 months ago, this PhD thesis got a Doctor of Philosophy. So I may give some important aspects relating with the thesis. So here, this may be inspiration. So we may give research methodology, the description, the review, literature, the writing and everything, submission, the finally the award. So award is the final fruit of the our action. So here, relating with the research of the Raman Maharshi, born in Tamil Nadu, Tiruvannamalai. So he got enlightenment in Arunachala hills. He is a great philosopher. He said many things about a human life. He's a very simple person, a person of great spirituality. He is telling that, so if you want to live very happily, so he is telling happiness is your nature, but you are searching for happiness in the external world. The external world, you find only problems, worldly things, objects, various types of unnecessary things which create tension to you. But when there is no desire, when you are free from all the things, you will find total purity in our mind. That mind, you will get happiness. So happiness is within you. But human beings are searching in the external world. That's why they are not getting happiness. They are going for wrong route. So we have to go with the right route. So here Raman Maharshi said, happiness is within you. But human beings are trying in the external world. That's why they are not getting. They are getting frustration. What do you mean by frustration? So frustration means loss of something, lack of achievement. Lack of success creates frustration. This frustration creates depression. The depression creates unhappiness. The unhappiness creates even sometimes murders, sometimes suicides, all types of evils. That's why if you are free from desires, then there is no question of any psychological problems in the life. So happiness comes from within you. So Raman Maharshi said, so you want to achieve liberation or mukti or moksha, how to achieve the moksha? So he is telling self-enquiry is the way for achieving nirvana or moksha or liberation. So how to do? So he is telling meditation is very important to realize your inner soul, self. The self has no death, birth. It has an extraordinary thing. If you give more focus on your soul, it may give more hints to you. If you live on the direction of the soul, it may help you. So it has extraordinary consciousness. It has the extraordinary intuition. The intuition is the characteristic of the soul. The consciousness is the characteristics of the soul. The observation, the awareness. If you follow wherever you are, when you are in the forest or in the marketplace or anywhere, if you follow very carefully about the human life problems with the help of soul, you will get many solutions. So take guidance from the soul. How to realize soul? So you have to follow meditation. So here Raman Maharshi meditation is watch your thought process. So he is telling all human problems are occurring because of thoughts. When there is a thoughts in the mind, there is a distraction, there is a unhappiness, there is a disorder. He is telling, so all evils, the corruption, the malpractice, the murder, the killing, the unhappiness, the poverty, all evils are created by human being thought. In the positive sense, it has created so many developments in the world, the science, the technology, the medicine, the engineering, the civilization, all developments are created by human being thought. So one way, if you operate your thought with the help of meditation, meditation means awareness, awareness means lighting. So this lighting tells us what is good and what is bad, what is the right route and what is the wrong route. If you follow very carefully, you will get more thing. So here Raman Maharshi philosophy is very relevant in the modern time. So you have to watch very carefully with the inquiry constantly. So here Raman Maharshi telling how to do meditation, what type of meditation. So you have a memory through sense organs, you may get more sensations become experience, experience becomes knowledge. This knowledge is the source for various types of thoughts. So while you are watching, while you are doing, sitting silently, closing your eyes, closing your hands, closing your legs, and watching your memory. You have a memory through your eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin. You have pictures, you have a sounds, you have a smells, you have a taste, you have a touches. You have to watch all your memory without any attachment, without any discrimination, without saying what is right and what is wrong. With a silent mood, you have to watch your thought process. If you watch your thought process with a silent manner, after some time, your thoughts will go to in a silent position in the brain cells. Then you will find total purity, silence. That the silence is a soul. That the silence is a self. Where there is a self, where there is a soul, there we find truth, beauty, bliss, happiness. For that, you have to watch very carefully all affairs of human being thoughts. So you need a intelligence to use the human being's thoughts for positive senses. You have to free from thoughts which are negative. You have to keep all your thoughts in the brain cells then you are watching and yourself. If you watch your thought process with the maintenance of space, then there is no problem for your life. If you miss watching without maintaining inner space, then there is a danger for your life. So here is a beautiful example. While you are seeing your face in the mirror, you are maintaining some space between your face and the mirror. If you cling your face with the mirror, then you don't see any object or any picture in the mirror. So you have to maintain some space between yourself and the mirror. So in the same manner, yourself is the soul, you are the awareness, you are the witness, you are the observer. You have to observe your memory, which is there in the mind. You have to watch very carefully, otherwise there is a danger for your life. So watch very carefully. So watching should be there with a full insightful manner. That is the most important thing in the life. So here watching is a great source for our life. So here Raman Maharshi tell, who are you? You are actually awareness. You are a mukti. You are a liberation. You are a fresh person. You are a clean person. You are free from all impurities. But how you are thinking, you have ego. So here Raman Maharshi said, because of ego, the happiness is disappeared from the world. Because of ego, all problems are occurring. Because of ego, we don't see our inner nature, which is self, which is soul. So here, ego is a impurity. Ego is a wall. Ego is not permitting to see our inner nature. That's why Raman Maharshi is saying that clean your ego through meditation, or he's telling other sources also. He prescribed Bhakti Marga and Gnana Marga. So love, he said, if you want to create more happiness in the world, you have to follow the path of the devotion, the path of the love. If you love nature, then you will feel very happy. So in Arunachala Hills, Raman Maharshi had a nice rapport with the animals, birds, and everything. I have visited Raman Maharshi ashram in the Tiruvannamalai. So there we didn't find some birds and various types of things in the forest. He has a great affinity with cows and everything. He loved nature. He said, you have to love nature. You have to love human beings. You have to love your soul. You have to love your external world. But love your soul, purify your soul every day. He's telling truth. How to follow human being? What is the importance in the relating with the truth here? This moment is the most important. You have to follow this present moment. Forget about the past. Don't expect anything about the future. The past is a dead. The future is a uncertain. The present is a very fresh. You have to follow very carefully. In the present also, this moment, moment, this moment is the most important. Follow this moment. Live this moment. If you observe this moment, your past may be very effective. The future will come very nicely. If you violate the experience of this present moment, if you are not carrying the present moment, then you don't find a full-fledged happy experience in the life. So concentrate on the present life in the moment. That is the most important thing in the life. So here, watch your soul, then you will get transformation. So he is telling, If you transform about yourself, that transformation creates change in the external world. So you change your habits, change your outlook. So he's telling desirelessness is the most important thing to get more freedom. So he's telling the state of freedom is freedom from the thought. The freedom from the thought is the state which is a wonderful affair. That is a wonderful state. So the real state of human being life is a state free from thoughts, because so the jealousy, the hatred, the misunderstanding, the angry, the worry, the corruption, the murdering outlook, the destructive outlook, the wickedness, all are in the contents of the thoughts. That's why free from thought is most important to see the beautiful nature of your soul. Otherwise, there is a problem for your life. See your beautiful nature. So here I said detachment. So he is telling, so the in the ocean, the boat should be on the upper part of the ocean. The ocean should not be the upper part of the boat. In the same manner, we have to live here in the world, on the world, but the world should not be there in our life. So here world means attachments, desires, ambitions, greeds, more expectations, more problematic things. That's why don't have more attachment here. So here Raman Maharshi telling that detachment is the most important for getting freedom. Non-clinging with all people, nature, everything. You are a traveler in the world. Who are you? You are an infinite soul. You are a divine person. Don't underestimate your nature. If you realize what you are, then you will get more energy from within. Through that energy, you may talk very nicely. You may help people. You may do some good things. So you need a extraordinary energy which is coming from your inner source, from your soul. That is the most important thing. So here, most important thing is silence. So he is telling, when there is a desire, there you don't find any silent state, tranquil state. So when you are free from desire, then you will find very healthy. So when you are free from all types of desire, then your mind is just like a site without any clouds, a mirror without any dust, a ocean without any waves. You will find total tranquility. When you are free from desire, ambition, greed, all types of expectations. So here Raman Maharshi said, don't expect anything. Live with contentment. Live with moment to moment. Don't postpone anything for tomorrow. You are not a impure person here. You are a divine person. The cosmic divinity and your individual divinity are not different. That's why respect your inner soul. Take more energy from your inner soul. Do very nicely. Otherwise, there is a problem. So here Raman Maharshi, relating with the way of life, he said, present life depends bad, wicked, harmful things in this talking, while you are eating, while you are doing. Use wisdom as a light. then you may do very good things. Otherwise, you may get more harmful consequences in the nature. So the law of action is the governing principle in the nature. The law of action creates punishments and awards and rewards, everything. So here in the nature, we have a cosmic law that is called a law of action. You have to follow very carefully. While doing anything, be careful in your action. Otherwise, you may be responsible for getting more consequences, more problems in the life. That is a very dangerous thing in the human existence. That's why be careful all your activities. So here he said Bhakti Marga. So if you love nature, if you love human beings, you will get lovable experiences. If you love your soul, then you will get more blissfulness. Love is the way for getting happiness and everything. At the same time, Jnana Marga also he prescribed. Jnana Marga means knowledge. Knowledge relating with your soul. Knowledge relating with the world. Knowledge relating with the self-knowledge. Knowledge relating with every affair of your soul and the world. If you have a right understanding about the nature of the soul, then you will get enlightenment. So here enlightenment means ending of knowledge is enlightenment. How you end your knowledge? Through meditation, through love, through knowledge. So if you understand about the collection of the knowledge, if you observe very carefully about your state of mind, then you will get a liberation. So liberation is coming from your mind, which is within you. When you have no thoughts in your mind, when you are free from all types of evil thoughts, then you will find tranquility and stillness in your mind. Then you will get more happiness in the life. That is the most important thing in the human existence. So here in the Raman Maharshi telling, first you have to transfer yourself in the world. Your transformation, your change, your revolution, your transformation of habits, actions, thoughts, behavior. If you change yourself in the world, that change behavior create change in the external world. If you have become very positive through change, then society and the world. He's telling, if you want to see newness, if you want to see peace and love in the society, first you have to change yourself. If you change yourself with the right manner, then you will find the changes in the society. So that is the most important thing in the reality. So who are you? You are a soul. Why you are not recognizing your soul? So because of ego, self-centeredness. That's why he's telling you have to follow two baths every day. One is a physical bath, another is a psychological bath. You have to take soap and water for every day for cleaning your body, for good health. You have to watch your mind. That is a meditation for your purity. If you have not conversed or you are not acquainted with the meditation watching, then you follow devotion, love. When there is a love, then you find deep concentration. When you have in a deep love affair with the nature, human beings, birds and everything, that love affair moment creates extraordinary concentration in the mind. Then that mind creates free from a thought process. He also giving most important for karma yoga, means uh, way for right actions. So he's telling you are responsible all your actions. Be careful while you are talking, while you are eating, while you are thinking, while you are doing. So you are responsible for all the consequences. That's why watch moment to moment your actions, thoughts, words, environment, everything. So you are watching. Your watching is the nature of your soul. Your soul is the more protector to you. Your soul is your inner guru. Whenever you are in the difficult position, take guidance from your inner soul. That soul will give you extraordinary advice to you. Then your life will be very pleasant. Amreshwar, I concluded this speech. So if possible, to have some discussion.
Thank you very much, sir. your extraordinary philosophical keynote address, which are very useful. The research scholars, it is always better to do your task on right time without postponement and no attachment, and how to balance the activities. So these philosophical things are very useful for research scholars, because you are new in research, maybe after MEd or another PG, you need experience. Sometimes those are available in the books are not are not possible to get in your practical life. So experience, according to the experts, I will take only 1 minute before inviting. According to the experts, their experiences, if it is not possible for an individual to get in their experience, because your life is not sufficient whatever the Professor Chennai sir experienced. Sir has 41 years yoga and meditation experience, and sir can, one thing happened today morning, I interacted with Professor sir regarding one incident. Sir predicted, so it may be happened, be careful, it happened today. So this type of intuitional things are there. That's why whenever sir says something, blindly I am following. I know as to sir as a student, PhD scholar, postdoctoral fellow, and a teacher. So whatever I am now doing, it is the suggestion of a supervisor and teacher. According to Vedas, teacher is a son of knowledge, ocean of knowledge, Saranagati. There are so many things, but now, right now that relationship is missing. Please respect your supervisor, your teacher, and take valuable suggestions. And according to theory of well-being, gratitude is very, very important. And what is happening, once the research scholars are taking award, after that there is no communication between supervisor and scholars. So interpersonal relation skills are very important. With this, I am inviting the experts and paper presenters, participants to interact with Professor Chennai sir. Over to Dr. Srinivas Reddy and others.
Okay.
Sir, Dr. Amresh Reddy garu and Professor Chennai garu, good morning and greetings, and my dear participants. So it's my great privilege to know, to thankful to and congratulating Amresh Reddy garu for fourth Doctoral Research International Conference on Social Sciences, Humanities. It is an interdisciplinary, some of things we may not get any source of information. I think, secondary data, we may not get secondary data, that will get these information from the credible sources like Professor Chennai garu, 41 years of experience in yoga and meditation. And also, he is having a lot of experience on yoga and the advantages of yoga and meditation. These credible sources of information is very much helpful for these scholars in different levels, teachers and scholars, young scholars. So, it's my privilege to share my some of the issues as expressed by Chennai garu. The advantages of the detachment. He expressed very well about the some of the issues, key issues, which are very, very important. We may not get this information in any books or anything based on his experience. Or the great it's a privilege for us all of us on behalf of from NEHU and in general and Amresh Reddy garu in particular. Detachment, importance of the notion and respect with the inner soul. These are very, very important issues. It's a small word, but it's having a lot of background with this thing. So I think if you neglect these things, we may lose our a lot. We are having knowledge, but that is not knowledge. These are you have to be loyal to this type of initiatives. And the law of action followed by carefully. You have to follow the carefully. Otherwise, the repercussions are serious repercussions. We may supposed to face. And love with happiness. He expressed very well about the concept of love with happiness. Jnana Marga is the way of life. See, it's a lot of background with this the concept. So he has given with a very nice manner, expressive nice manner. All these things are very much helpful to each and every participant in a collection of knowledge is very important. Collection of knowledge is all these things are credible sources of knowledge, and which will give a way of life for us that we are neglecting. We have knowledge, but negative knowledge. But we need positive knowledge. That too, that is the way of life. He has given very nice manner and with giving proper illustrations and advantages and and also transforming of knowledge. So transforming of knowledge is also given a very way given with proper perspective to the participant. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity to learn from him these issues. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Srinivas Reddy garu. You understood very clearly about various aspects according to Raman Maharshi with my own understanding. Thank you.
Now, participants, if you have any queries regarding your research, publication, and philosophical, psychological, sociological, anything, please. We have another 6 minutes. Exactly at 11, we will start paper presentation.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good morning, sir. Sir, Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi says the self cannot be found in books. You have to find it for yourself in yourself. So what is the real meaning of yourself?
So here it is, the self, the synonymous word for self is a soul. That is called Atman. The self is within. If you are searching the self in the outside world, in the library, in the books, you don't find. You don't find in the writing. You don't find in the external world. It is there within you. You have to go inside within your mind. Watch your thoughts. Purify your mind. If you purify your mind, then you will find the emptiness, purity within your mind. That the pure state is called self. For that, you need inquiry based on meditation, inquiry based on watching. At the same time, he used for understanding and the devotion. For example, if you have great devotion also, you can free from mental impurities, you can see soul. So the soul is not, you have not found the soul in the books, but it is within you, means you have to go inside. It is there in the human body. It is there in the human being mind. It is you have to go in inner world. But human beings are going in the outer world. That's why they are not realizing soul. Watch your mind, purify your mind. So here thoughts are the obstacle to see soul. That's why through meditation, free from thoughts, see your inner emptiness, purity, then you will find soul. Venkat Subramanian garu.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. A wonderful explanation, sir. I understand. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So what are you, Venkat Subramanian garu, what are you doing?
Sir, I am working as a faculty in Southern India Regional Council of the Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants. FCS.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful.
He is one of our best participants, sir, and he presented paper also. He's a regular.
Yes, but a person of insight and wisdom is a very reliable person, and a person who has a great inspiration to know many things, to live very happily. But we found these things through his questions last many conferences. Congratulations,
True, sir.
Venkateswara.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your compliments, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other, please?
Then you ask one question, then we'll close and you will start.
Okay, sir. Sir, here maximum are research scholars, sir. How to maintain good interpersonal relation skills with their supervisors, research scholars? Do you have any few suggestions, sir? These days, we find the interpersonal relations is not up to the mark, sir. Even not just like a business and the customer and the owner, it is not beyond this type of business relationship is going on, happening.
So here, in the human life, we have various types of relations. We have a commercial relations, a commerce relations, trade relations. In the rice shop, we have trade relations. In the imports and exports, we have commerce relations. In purchasing, we have a business relations. We have different type of relations, use and throw relations, hire and fire relations. We have different type of relations. Relations without gratitude, that is the one kind of relation. Relations with gratitude, that is another kind of. So here, for getting more knowledge, to live very peacefully, the research scholar or a student, first of all, he or she has to follow personal discipline, respect for the teacher, give importance for the teacher, following the guidance from the teacher. That is the one important angle. But from teacher side also, researcher side also, he has to give. But it depends upon the personal nature of the student, research scholar. So we have three types of human beings. One is a category of Daivagana, a person who have divine qualities. The another is a Manushagana. The person have a human qualities. Another is a Rakshasagana. He has a very wicked and harmful things. So here in the students, in the teachers, we find divine qualities people and human qualities people and the worst quality type of people. Both the students and teachers, we find this type of qualities. If we find divine qualities of the teacher and the student, the researcher and the research scholar, then we will find the quality of gratitude, respect, remembrance, continuing relation with a long time. Just you see our relationship, Amaraswar and myself relation, last many years we are continuing. So if we have a wisdom, then we will continue. So here we have to follow a relationship without any expectation. We have to follow respect relation, giving importance, value for the teacher, some important moral principles, respect, personal discipline, purity. If you follow very nicely the moral values, personal discipline, good principles in the human life, we may get more knowledge and help from the teacher. Then our life will be survival. But these three quality people are there. Sometimes we find very good relations between a researcher and the research supervisor. Sometimes we find a different. These are there, but if you have nice people, then they may get more knowledge. We may feel very pleasantly. These are there, but the student has to take more wisdom and awareness for using more knowledge from the teacher. The teacher has to take more care in the selection, the behavior of the student. If you select a very nice and a very good behavior student, then relation may be wonderful. These are some of the issues I have expressed. These are very useful for the development of research and the personal life. Amreswar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. One more thing, sir. Actually, some of scholars also not getting proper guidance from their supervisor, proper sufficient time to interact, and they're taking work, their personal work, other works from the scholars. So what is your suggestion for our teachers, sir? Here, many doctorates are also there, supervisors are also here. Is it audible, sir? Sir, Chennai, sir? Sir, you are not audible. Chennai, sir, I think some network issue.
Please repeat the question. Now,
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, some of research scholars, they have some feeling, they experience. Some supervisors are not cooperating with to help them, and they are giving extra work other than the research, their personal work, and they're not giving sufficient time for interaction. This type of problems faced by the scholars, sir. So what is your suggestion to our supervisors?
so actually, it is a actual relationship of the behavior. Sometimes, if the student is very punctual, the student language, if the behavior is good, if he's a very sincere, is a very if the supervisor likes the behavior of the research scholar, then he will commit the total life and time to the student. So it is a lack of right relationship. If the research supervisor doesn't like behavior of the student, if the student is irrelevant, he has no mannerism, he is not greeting, he is not talking very nicely, if his behavior is not good, then he will start differently. That's why, first of all, from both angles, they should be responsible with the harmonious development of the teaching learning process. But the student has to take more motivation, more urge, self-discipline. First of all, he has to be very changed person, a good person, a person who is trying for more knowledge, motivation, deep urge. So, for example, if you want to provide food, if he has a more hunger, then we will provide. In the same manner, if the student has a great hunger or a motivation or a commitment to know many things, sometimes there may be a change in the research supervisor also. It is a interdisciplinary because it is a matter of behavior. So while talking, thinking, acting, personal discipline, mannerisms, all things function very well for the relationship of student and teacher, Amresh sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So with this, sir, with your permission, I'm going to request the chairperson to go for technical session.
Yes.
Paper present. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much to Professor Chennai, sir, for your extraordinary keynote address and inspirational motivational. Now I'm requesting, yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I'm requesting Dr. Rajashree Rathod, Madam, Associate Professor and Coordinator IQAC, Tilak College of Education, Pune. I'm a regular resource person to Pune HRDC and collaborative work with the Department of Education and Extension, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Ma'am is not only a good teacher, ma'am is a good participant also. Ma'am is attending, even though associate professor, but ma'am regularly attends our program. So it is my pleasure, it gives me immense pleasure to utilize her service as a resource person. Ma'am already acting as a resource person, so many outside the country and inside country also. So with this, I'm requesting Professor Rajashree Rathod, Madam. Now I think I have 2 hours, almost 1 hour 50 minutes, means So we have 5 paper presenters. Each they can take maximum 15 minutes for presentation and 5 minutes to 7 minutes for discussion. So overall 22 to 25 minutes. No problem. We can maybe 10 minutes in here and there. So please try to present your paper within 15 minutes. Over these instructions, I'm requesting Rajashree Rathod ma'am to take the chair. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amareshwar Reddy, sir. Namaste and very good morning to all. Today's keynote speaker, Professor P. Chennaiya, sir, Dr. Srinivas Reddy, sir, all the participants of this 4th Doctoral Thesis International Conference on Social Science, Humanities and Interdisciplinary Research. I'm really grateful for being associated with the noble work which is Dr. Amareshwar Reddy, sir, and his team is doing. I have been associated with a series of webinars and conferences from last few months, and I really appreciate the hard work and dedication of Reddy sir for the successful organization of this kind of series. Without of this program, and I really want to tell you, sir, that whatever noble work you are doing just to spread the knowledge and enhance the research skill of the upcoming researcher is really commendable. In new education policy also, research has been given a lot of weightage. And I think such kind of programs will really useful and helpful for the research scholars, guide, teacher educators, and all other students also. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. So without further delay, I think, shall we start the paper presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think the first paper presenter is Paramita Shah and Dr. Smita Pal.
Paramita Saha, you are allowed to share your screen. You can share.
Okay, sir. Is it visible, sir?
It takes some time. Maybe it is not visible. You share entire screen, then you share your PPT. Click on here, share content. When you click share content, one window will appear. Yes, now it is. Yes, now you can open, ma'am. Yeah, your desktop is visible. Make it a presentation mode.
Sir, is it visible now?
Visible, but not presentation mode. You can make it presentation mode, ma'am. Yeah. No, the down you have icon is there, na 69% before 69% down. Just click that icon. Otherwise, F5.
I'm fine, sir.
No, you simply click F5, ma'am. F5. Press the
F5.
button. Open the PPT. F5. Open PPT. Press in your keyboard F5.
Yes, sir. I have done.
No. You are not doing. Okay, you can go for it. Whatever you feel. Open PPT. PPT you are not open. You are already opened. You can click on the down. You have status bar. Click on that. Already you opened. That's why it is here. The icon is yes, good.
Showing you're sharing your screen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. It's okay. It's okay now. You can go proceed.
Is it visible now, sir?
Visible. Please go ahead.
Okay. A very good morning to all the eminent dignitaries, research scholars, and the students present here. I am Paramita Saha, PhD scholars from Department of Education, Assam University, Silchar, Assam. So first of all, I would like to thank my supervisor, Dr. Seema Paul, for guiding me the best throughout my research. And I would also like to express my gratitude towards the panelists, organizer, coordinator of this conference, and especially to Sir Dr. Annie Reddy for providing me the opportunity to present my research work in front of you all. So the title of my research paper is Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge and Attitude of Science Teachers Towards Technology. So as we know, during COVID-19 pandemic, technology plays a very significant role in the teaching learning process. So, but after pandemic, are the teachers are really using these technological tools in their classroom, or are the teachers are really competent enough in handling those technological tools in their classrooms? So for that, here I am focusing on the science teachers' technological pedagogical content knowledge and their attitude towards technology, whether they are really have a positive or negative attitude towards practicing technology in the classrooms. Therefore, here we know that science is a subject where we cannot just use only one method, that is lecture method. We have to use a different techniques like lecture cum demonstration method, project method, problem solving method. So there are different methods through which we can make the classroom very interactive. And even with the help of technology, we can make the classroom lively. Therefore, the science teacher should develop the knowledge of technological pedagogical content knowledge, which includes the main three knowledge, that is pedagogical knowledge, content knowledge, and technological knowledge. And this model, that is TPAC, was given by Kohler and Mishra in 2005. So this is the TPAC framework given by Kohler and Mishra 2006, and it was taken from the source that is tpac.org. If you have, if you can see the screen, you can see there are three knowledge, that is technological knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and content knowledge. They are overlapping and they are called the TPAC, that is technological pedagogical content knowledge. So in order to understand the overlap, we need to understand each individual knowledge separately. That is the knowledge of technology, knowledge of content, and knowledge of pedagogy. First, we have like content knowledge, where the content knowledge is the knowledge of what we are teaching in our subject area. So in my research, the content knowledge is the science knowledge. That is science here, I have taken the physics, chemistry, and biology subject. So we also have the pedagogical knowledge, which is the understanding the methods that we use to teach. So like here, that means what are the different methods the science teachers will be teaching while using this subject called science. So here, the methods may be the demonstration method, lecture cum demonstration method. And during pandemic, we have seen that there was no human interactions, schools was shut down, and the science, they have one another aspect that is called the practical aspects was done with the help of virtual lab. So here we have another knowledge, as I said, like technological knowledge. So the right away we can see that this two knowledge, that is pedagogical and content knowledge, they are overlapped by two. That is pedagogy and content knowledge, and it's called the pedagogical content knowledge, which are the specific methods that are related to our content to deliver the specific ideas to our students based on whatever we are teaching and how we can to teach that. That means, for example, as I have, my sample is the science teacher. So this physics teacher chemistry teacher or the biology teachers, whenever they are teaching this subject, the science subject is physics, chemistry, and biology, what are the different methods they are using while teaching this particular subject matter? Whether they're using this problem-solving method, project method, other than the traditional method that is called the lecture method. Then we have the third circle, you can see the technological knowledge. So here, the technological knowledge, that is the way in which the teacher deliver information to the students through the use of technology. This could be anything from using the laptop, computer, projector, smart board, or smartphone. So these are the different technological medium which can be used by the science teachers that can deliver the information to their students. Now we can see that there's three knowledge: technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge, as I have discussed separately or individually about each knowledge and how they overlap and they become the TPAC, that is technological, pedagogical knowledge, which is focusing on these three knowledges, that is technology, pedagogy, and content knowledge. And this is given by Kohler and Mishra. So the objectives of my study is to study the level of science teachers towards technological, pedagogical content knowledge with respect to selected variables like age, gender, locality, types of schools, and teaching experiences. The next objective is to study the level of science teachers towards the science teachers' attitude towards practicing technology in schools with respect to the selected subgroup, including age, gender, locality, types of schools, and teaching experience. And the third objective of the study is to find out the relationship between technological, pedagogical content knowledge and attitude of science teachers towards technology. So based on the objectives, I have framed these three hypotheses. So these are the hypotheses based on the objectives of my study. So the first hypothesis, there is no significant difference between technological, pedagogical content knowledge of science teacher with respect to the selected subgroup, that is gender, age, locality, types of schools, and teaching experience. The second hypothesis is there is no significant difference between there is no significant difference between the attitude of science teachers towards technology with respect to the selected subgroups, including age, gender, locality, types of schools, and teaching experience. And the third hypothesis is there is no significant relationship between technological, pedagogical content knowledge and attitude of science teachers towards technology in relation to age, gender, locality, types of schools, and teaching experience. So, as we know, we have to delimit our study. So the delimitation of my study is, the present study is delimited to science teachers who are teaching in Garo Hills districts of Meghalaya. So in Meghalaya, we have 12 districts, and out of that, in Garo Hills, we have 5 different districts. So I have delimited my study to the 5 different districts of Garo Hills of Meghalaya. Then again, I have delimited the study, and it is delimited to the science teachers teaching in higher secondary schools in Garo Hills districts, and it was delimited to the technological, pedagogical content knowledge attitude of the teachers towards technology. So I have reviewed more than 45 studies related with this topic. It is TPAC and attitude towards technology. So here, today I'll be presenting only few related literatures. The first is in India, we have only out of 45 review of literature so far till 2021, there are only 10 studies have been conducted in India, related or partially or equivalently related with these studies. And these studies was conducted in Aligarh, Punjab, Kerala, but no studies has been conducted in Meghalaya. So in 2013, Shahia Raj and Singara Velu, they have conducted this study that a majority of the teachers so they have conducted a study in Kerala, and the findings reveal that majority of the teachers were having average level of competencies while handling these ICT tools. But they have also found that there is no significant difference with regard to their locality, gender, types of schools, and marital status of higher secondary school teachers. Then again in 2016, in Aligarh, Shafiq and Imran, they have conducted the studies and they found that there was no significant difference with regard to teaching experiences in the attitude of using ICT tools in the classrooms. On the other hand, it was also found that there was a significant difference in the attitude of using ICT tools in the classroom with regard to the gender and the fostering. That means here they have found that the male teachers, they have a more positive attitude towards the use of ICT in the classroom as compared to the female teachers. And even they have also found that there is a difference in the attitude of the teachers towards technology practices in the classrooms with the stream. That means science and the mathematics teachers, they have a more positive attitude towards ICT usage in the classroom as compared to the arts and the social science teachers. Then another study was conducted in Punjab in 2018 by Bala and Imli Kokla. They found that a majority of the secondary teachers have average level of technological pedagogical competency in teaching. So it was found that there was no significant difference in the technological pedagogical competence and anxiety towards the use of instructional aids in teaching. Then we have another studies conducted by Kumar, which was conducted in India, only in Kerala. And he found that there was no significant difference on the technological pedagogical skills of Hindi teacher teaching in secondary schools. Especially, there is no significant difference with regard to gender, educational qualification. Even there was no significant difference between the technological pedagogical skills of Hindi teachers of government and government-aided schools. So in 2020, so there are some studies which are conducted in outside India. So here I have just shown few recent studies, and there are other studies also which was conducted in 2011, 12, 13, 14. So because of the time frame, I am not showing all the 45 review of related literature based on this research work. So in 2020, Suhanman, Thakur, Olbi, and Satyawan in Indonesia, they have found that teachers possess sufficient TPAC competencies to undertake technology-based learning in the process of developing and assessing competency development. It still required technology-assisted instructions. Another study was conducted in Belgium in 2020 by Fondue, Squerer, Siddick, and Barron. They found that pre-service teachers exhibited highly positive attitude towards ICT in general. They have also found that teacher educators seem to have a lack of ICT competency themselves in order to provide clear examples. So the lack of ICT competence among these teacher educators can also be the reason why the respondents, they felt that their pre-service teacher education did not give them the sufficient support to design ICT-rich lessons and to provide continuous feedback. Even in India, I think most of the teacher training institute, we have seen that the teacher educators, they are not giving too much of emphasis on how to integrate technology in their lesson plans. Even it was found in the Belgium, the teacher educators, they have a lack of ICT competencies. Another study was conducted in Turkey in 2022 by Atabek. So he found that these pre-service teachers, they suffer from stress, depression, anxiety, even more so that the other graduate students. So it was found that there was no correlation of age of pre-service teachers on stress, depression, self-efficacy, and attitude towards technology. However, there was a difference in the gender regarding their usage of educational technology. That means this particular study conducted by Atabe, he found that the female pre-service teachers were more anxious than the male pre-service teachers on using the educational technology. On the other hand, there was no gender difference in the other parameters. Here, other parameters means the stress level, depression level, and the self-efficacy. So there are other studies conducted during these 2 years. There is on 2020 in Vietnam. There is the author is the Thai and Quality. They found that the teachers, they use the best skills and strategies to enhance the children's vocabulary in the classroom. The findings indicated that students, teachers, they face a lack of resources and technical support as the significant barriers in implementing ICT in English as a foreign language. Here, the sample is the English teachers or the pre-service English teachers. So the finding, it also revealed that there are such challenges which is due to the lack of technical knowledge, incompetent teachers, and lack of collaboration from the management. So another study is conducted in Philippines in 2020 by Corato, Prudent, and Aguja. They found that majority of the grade school teachers are somewhat proficient on the technical dimensions of digital literacy, that is hardware and software. So for factors which influencing the technology adoption, the result shows that high perception on technology adoptions. Means here, technology integrations attitude results suggest that they have a positive attitude on technology integration in teaching. So this finding, it has revealed that they have a very high level of proficiency and technology integration perception among teachers in Philippines, grade schools, teachers. Whereas another studies was conducted in the year 2021 by Ardek in Turkey. He found that there was a positive and significant relationship between the secondary school teachers' opinion about the students benefiting from technological tools and their attitudes, and between the teacher's opinion about the students benefiting from technological tools in the lessons and their TPAC confidence. So in addition, we have they have found that there was a positive and significant relationship between all the factors of the teacher's attitude towards technology was a significant predictor of their TPAC confidence. That means here attitude plays a significant role in implementing this TPAC confidence. That means confidence also plays a significant role in implementing the ICT tools in the lesson plan. So we have another studies conducted in Turkey, again in 2021 by Ardek, and he found that...
Paramita, you can
Yes,
skip this and go to next slide.
All right, ma'am. So these are the different review of related literatures conducted in India and outside India. So the methodology of the studies, here the population is the science teachers from higher secondary schools of Meghalaya are the population of the study. Samples here, all the science teachers, that is physics, chemistry, and biology, who are teaching in higher secondary schools in Garo Hills districts of Meghalaya. And the tools to be used is, like here, I'll be developing tools on science teachers' attitude towards technology. And for that, I have already sent these tools to the experts for their feedback. And I have already received feedback from 4 experts and waiting for 2 more experts. So I will work on standardizing the tools by incorporating all the suggestions as given by the expert, and will go for pilot study among the science teachers to finalize the items. And I will find out the reliability and validity of the tools. And for the TPAC, I'm adapting the survey instruments developed by Nazil Onan in 2016, and he has made these tools in 2016, and it was already cited by 30, like he got 36 citations. It is a very highly cited tool. So I'll be using these tools to find out the level of science teachers TPAC. So thank you so much. And this is all about my research work. So till now, I'm just waiting for the expert's opinion. Then I will go for validation and reliability of my tools. Thank you.
Okay. First of all, I congratulate Paramita Saha for a very good presentation. Only
Thank
one
you,
question I just wanted to ask, that
Yes,
your sample, you said the science teacher of Garo Hill district of Meghalaya, but you
Yes,
didn't
ma'am.
mention the number of, I mean, how many teachers are there which you want to take as your sample?
Ma'am, like in Garo Hills districts, like different districts, they have a different number of schools. So that's why, like, I haven't visited the schools. That's why I didn't mention the number of teachers there, because
Okay.
different schools, they have different number of teachers. So
Okay.
I have to visit the different districts. So there are 5 different districts. So that's why I didn't mention exactly how many teachers are there.
Okay. Can you go to your slide, which is having objectives?
Objectives, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the third objective, to find out the relationship between the technological, pedagogical content knowledge and attitude of science teachers towards the technology. So how you are going to find out the relationship between these two?
Ma'am, first
I
I
mean,
will do
which tool you are using, or what exactly you're going to do?
Yes, ma'am. Like as I have mentioned, that I'll be using Sir Onal's 2016 tools, it's TPAC tools, and I have already prepared the tools. I'm just waiting for the expert's opinion. So I will do the survey. Then after collecting the data, then I will find out is there any relationship between these 2 tools, that is technological pedagogical content knowledge and attitude of science teachers towards technology.
Okay.
So here I'll be using this regression analysis.
Okay. And which method are you using for your research work, survey?
And descriptive method.
Okay. So you didn't mention anywhere in your presentation. I think that has to be there.
Okay, sorry, ma'am, I forgot to mention.
Okay, fine. I think if anyone wants to ask her any question, they can ask.
Thank you, ma'am. Paramita Saha, I have one, ma'am. Here, under objectives to study the level of science teachers, technological, pedagogical content knowledge. So here, the scale already, the tool is a 3-point scale or 5-point scale. What is
There is a 5-point scales.
5-point scale? The level, or how the levels are there?
Yes, 5-point level scales, sir.
No, 5-point level. What are the options?
So options are like agree, strongly agree, agree.
No. In that cases, please remember there are Likert scale, different types of
Likert
Likert scale.
Yes, sir. It
Likert
was a
scale
Likert
here.
scale.
Yeah, just 1 minute. Actually, what is happening, maximum teachers, they're doing this attitude, strong agree, disagree, this is an agreement scale.
Okay.
Here, the technological, pedagogical content knowledge is level, highly knowledgeable, low knowledge or moderate knowledge, not at all. So we need a level of knowledge. Are you getting?
Yes,
So
sir.
if you ask agreement, that is you are measuring attitude towards technological, pedagogical content knowledge, not measuring exactly the level of technological, pedagogical content knowledge. Maximum teachers are also not aware of this one. Even our Thora campus, you are from Thora, on management scholar, he submitted or awarded also. He did, so Anuleka Bhagwati is here. I don't want to mention the name of the scholar. So they did on satisfaction level, but what they done, they used the attitude scale, agreement scale. They're measuring attitude towards the satisfaction. Level of satisfaction is different. Suppose if I ask, are you satisfied regarding our program, our interaction? So you are highly satisfied, not at all satisfied, moderately. Otherwise, agreement is different. So thermometer, lactometer, I'm always giving. If you want to measure a quality of a milk, lactometer. Temperature, thermometer. So here my humble suggestion, you can discuss with your supervisor. If you use agreement, your response are also in the agreement, not level. So knowledge is in the highly higher level or moderate level, low level. This is level. Regarding here gender, instead of gender, it is better to use the sex, locality, types of schools and teaching experience. Okay. To study the level of science teachers' attitude towards practicing technology in school with respect to the here selected subgroup, again here same. Ma'am is right. To find out the relationship between technological pedagogical content knowledge here, if you are using a scale, you will get. Because to identify the relationship, you need a score here and the attitude, otherwise a partial correlation. There are different types of correlations and attitude of science. If it is you are getting exact, which one is your dependent variable is technological pedagogical content knowledge is your dependent variable na here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, only that one you recording. Next, go to next slide. Ma'am rightly asked about the sample size. I don't know, each university they have the autonomous. In our university, NEHU, there you are worked here. No proposal they never accept without the number of population or sample. At least they are asking you give this much percentage. If you don't know, at least you can give percentage like that. So anyhow, that is not a problem because your university is approved. And but in future, whenever you are applying for any funds, fund for projects or something, please mention the exact number, because now it is available UDIST. If you visit, even though it is not available from Meghalaya government, but UDIST database, now UDIST Plus is also there. They already provided 2019 and 20 and even 21 data also. Just a day before yesterday I visited, and you can use that one. And different types of schools, they are presented, even gender here, what type of teacher, male teacher or female teacher. Even they are also using gender, but in research better to instead of gender, sex. So age also you are taking. Next, go to next. Hypothesis here, one thing, Ruby Tamang, my scholar, for her, the school board, they suggested you can use the hypothesis in future tense. Actually, proposal you are using, but this is your already you started work when you collected. So there are different opinions, but even present tense also some researchers are using. Go to next. There is no significant difference with technological and okay. Delimitations here. The studies Garo Hills. You are taking, why you are selected so many districts, ma'am? Here you mentioned Garo Hills. Yeah, districts you mentioned at the conclusion. Go to next. Next. Okay, whenever you are doing reviews, I don't know how your supervisor suggested. Many researchers, they suggested not only findings, even you can take what is the sampling technique and method, what type of method they use, whether qualitative or quantitative or mixed method, along with findings. If you give in that way, each review can go for even one page of the page or one page also. There is nothing wrong. Next, go to next.
Okay.
There are 14 types of review of literature. I think you are also attended. It is available in my blog. Next, ma'am. Here, chronologically, you take an year-wise, years and like that. In the same year, again, you good. Next, the last slide. Here, questionnaire will be developed by the researcher on science teachers' attitudes. Actually, here scale. It is not questionnaire, na, ma'am. It is a scale, na, rating scale.
Okay. Yes, sir, rating scale.
Okay. Instead of questionnaire, because questionnaire is a mixture, n number of here rating scale also we have 3 points or 5 points on science teachers attitude towards technology adoption survey institution developed by here. Okay, this one here second one sample all science teachers physics, chemistry and biology of higher secondary schools teaching in Garo Hills districts of Meghalaya. So you are going to take more than one district.
Yes, sir. I'll be taking 5 districts because in Garo Hills, we have very few science streams, higher secondary school science streams.
Okay.
So, West Garo Hills, there are only 5 schools are there in West Garo Hills district. In one district, only 5 schools.
But
So
it
the
is a
sample will be very nice.
this is very good topic. Even TPAC, I like it. Pedagogical content, and now we go above pedagogy at a higher level. We are going for andragogy and heterogogy. Thank you. This is from my side. Thank you, ma'am. I think if anyone, otherwise we can invite some other. If anyone, please.
I think no one is there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can.
Paramita Saha, all the best for your, future research.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Yeah, next presenter is Meviti and Dr. Reddy.
Meviti, you are not joined through laptop. My God.
Yeah, he's there. Or
no, she is there, but she joined through mobile. Achha. She joined through mobile. Meviti, are you there?
Please unmute yourself.
Meviti, are you there? Okay, I'm making a co-host. You are a sorry, co-host. You can talk. Meviti?
Yes, sir.
What happened? You are not joined through laptop?
No, actually, I'm using another one. So my username out there is Atilekapo, sir, from the laptop.
Okay. Then I'm making you presenter.
Yes, sir. Atilekapo.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, please, you present Meviti. Please, over to you. Next, Monica, be ready. Yeah, you can share your content till Meviti.
Yes, sir.
You log out once because it is resound will come. Oh, sound. Do you have any volume problem?
Actually, I'm having a problem out here, sir.
You mute anyone, whether laptop or the mobile. You mute one.
I've already muted my mobile phone, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Share the screen.
So actually, I'm having a problem sharing my screen out here.
Is it problem?
Yes, sir. Huh?
Okay, I'm doing.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, present.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for this. So I will to the presentation. My present attitude of education towards physical vision ramps in
Meviti, sorry for
Yes, sir.
interference. You just joined through other laptop, other mobile. Now we are inviting other scholar because this is too echo and it is not possible to listen. Please take care of your system. Now, ma'am, I'm requesting ma'am Rajeshri madam to invite
Yes.
next
Yes.
presenter.
Yes, the next presenter will be Monica Luthra.
Good morning,
Yeah,
everyone.
Monica, you are allowed. You can share your screen, Monica.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Good morning, everyone. Here I'm in present of you to present the topic of my research work. Can I share my PPT here?
Yes, yes, you are allowed. You can share. Share content, click, select the entire screen, and you can show your PPT.
It's taking few minutes, sir, so please allow me.
Okay, okay.
I think, is it audible and visible to all, sir?
No, it is audible but not visible.
Not visible?
Yes,
Is
it
it?
is now. Yeah, make it a presentation mode, Monica.
Yes, sir. The topic of my presentation is role of life skills as mediator in between basic psychological needs and mental health of institutionalized adolescents. Teacher support as a moderator. Rationale of the study. The purpose of education is the all-round development of children, particularly in creating the skill-based and knowledgeable human resources. This purpose is accomplished by providing a system of emotional, cognitive, and social education, which in return prepares the children for this dynamic world. Adolescence, 10 to 19 years, is a susceptible and vulnerable and important phase in an individual's life and is a period of transition from childhood to adulthood and embodies significant physical, physiological, cognitive, psychological, and social changes resulting in sexual, psychosocial, and behavioral maturation. It is the period of development and from childhood to adulthood, and the child moves from dependency to autonomy. Most of the risk-taking behaviors and psychological problems among children emerge during the adolescence period. Crime, violence, sexual permissiveness, drug abuse, academic competition, bullying, social dropouts, adjustment problems, depression, stress, anxiety, and low self-esteem are on the risk among the adolescents. A role in 2010. And institutionalized adolescents are up to 7 times more likely to experience emotional and behavioral problems than other children in their same age group. UNICEF 2012, Errol et al. 2010.
Monica, sorry to interfere. You are not making it the presentation mode. Still, we are viewing only first slide only. Make it a presentation mode and change the slide number. Just click F5. F5.
I have already pressed the F5, sir.
But it is not changing. Just wait. You can share again. I'm
Just 1
taking
minute.
permission.
Do it again. Do it again, Monica.
Hanji, ma'am.
Monica, again, I allowed you. What you do, don't open any PPT. Everything you close it. Just share screen. After sharing screen, you can open.
Okay, sir.
Just close everything. Just share screen. Then you open and make presentation mode.
Is it visible now, sir?
Monica, you are not selecting the right option. When you select the entire screen now.
Yes, sir.
See, just I tell you again, I'm taking back. See, when you click share screen here, screen one search like that is there. You simply select the screen one here, screen one, and share. Instead of selecting the particular screen. Okay. Again, I'm giving, please select screen one. It will appear screen one. Just when you shared, it is showing a Cisco Webex.
Sir, it's showing share content and screen and applications.
Okay, you can select a share that a PPT if you have already opened, you can select that one. Yeah, entire screen you select. That is the right option. Yes. Now you open minimize. Oh, yes, now make it a presentation mode. F5, F5.
Yes, sir.
Yes, now it's good, good. Yeah. Click on hide, click on hide.
Yes, sir.
Good, go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Should I start again?
No problem, no problem. You start from rationale of the study itself. Yeah, enough.
Okay, sir. I was talking about the rationale of the study. As we have talked about the adolescents and the problems facing adolescents. I have talked about the institutionalized adolescents. Institutionalized adolescents are up to 7 times more likely to experience emotional and behavioral problems than other children in the same age group. UNICEF 2012, Errol et al. These problems have strong impact on their participation in the classroom, scholastic achievement, relationship issues, mental health, and psychological well-being. Statistics show that India is home to 31 million orphan children. The largest South Asian region, UNICEF 2015, UNICEF 2016, there is an upsurge in the institutionalized adolescents due to the loss of one or both parents to the same. It is estimated that as of the 22nd March 2021, 1,191 children homes and 366 special additional adoption agencies working for the welfare of the children have accommodated more than 58,000 beneficiaries during the financial year 2020-21. Union Budget 2020-21. The care and support provided by the institutions to adolescents focus on biological needs and not on the psychological and behavioral health problems. Lines 2007. Such adolescents are at the risk of losing opportunities for schooling and meeting their basic psychological needs. Institutional homes could provide food and shelter to children, however, for their well-being. It is necessary to fulfill their psychological needs. Psychological needs contentment is associated to their mental well-being. Ryan, 1995, considered them as the central conditions for integrity and sound psychological development. Institutionalized adolescents need to be equipped with necessary life skills to fulfill their potential and overcome psychological and behavioral problems. Life skills modify behavior by converting what we know and what we think, feel, believe into what and how to do. Thus, life skills promote healthy behavior, WHO 1997 and UNICEF. Being healthy is dependent on life skills, Rihai and et al. 2010. The model of Hodge et al. Suggests that satisfaction level of basic needs is a major variable that determines the internalization of life skills. The ultimate goal of satisfying these basic psychological needs and developing life skills is to improve the well-being of the individuals. Examining the relationship between basic psychological needs and psychological well-being is important to be able to adequately explain the concept. This concept is explained in the theory of self-determination. According to this theory, human beings have basic and universal psychological needs for autonomy, relatedness, and competency. These basic psychological needs are essential nutriments for individual well-being and thriving. The adolescent's development specifies that adolescents' health and well-being are affected by some mutually interacting environmental settings, including adolescents' direct interaction with teachers, parents, friends, and others in their immediate environment. In this context, teachers provide adolescents with different dimensions of support, such as emotional support, academic support, and competency support, which are beneficial for the development of adolescents. Support from teachers has a positive influence on adolescents' psychological well-being, mental health, happiness, satisfaction, depression, and anxiety. This is the model of Hedge et al. He has given the statement as I already explained it. Major research question of the present research will be to know the correlates of institutionalized adolescents' mental health, that is, to explore the variables that expect to have direct and indirect effect on the mental health of institutionalized adolescents. Hence, the present study will be an effort to explore the direct relationship between basic psychological needs and mental health and the indirect effect of life skills and teacher support on the mental health, and to verify the model that suggests that satisfaction of basic psychological needs is a major variable that determines the internalization of life skills and how the ultimate goal of satisfying basic psychological needs and developing life skills is to improve the well-being in terms of mental health. Now, the proposed conceptual framework of my study. A conceptual framework of the present study will be based on the speculation of concept of life skills as recommended by WHO, theories of life skills, conceptual model of life skills development by Hodge et al. 2013, basic psychological needs, part of self-determination theory. The variable teacher support is posited to influence that outcome variable mental health of the institutionalized adolescents. Although previous studies have established direct relations between basic psychological needs and mental health, underlying mechanism of such relation remains unknown. Life skill influences one's mental health, and the relationship between basic psychological needs and mental health is mediated by life skills adopted by the individual. Another important factor underlying the relation among basic psychological needs, life skills, and mental health is the teacher support. The dynamic nature of teacher support perceived by institutionalized adolescents may be described in the narrow view of teacher support, support in the form of help, trust, friendship, interest only in the classroom environment, as proposed by social support model. The conditional effect of teacher support on the relationship between basic psychological needs and mental health, that is, whether the direct and indirect relations, basic psychological needs and mental health vary as a function of teacher support, has not been yet studied. So the proposed conceptual framework of the present study will be the particularly twofold: to investigate whether the relation between basic psychological needs and mental health will be mediated by life skills, and to examine whether the direct and indirect paths, basic psychological needs and mental health, will vary as a function of teacher support. This integrated model can address questions about mediation and moderation in one model, as illustrated in the figure given below. Now, variables of my study. Basic psychological need is the first variable. Second one, mental health. Third, life skills. Fourth, teacher support. Operational definition of the variables of the study. Basic psychological needs. These needs for competency, autonomy, and relatedness essentially may be continually contented about individuals towards progress as well as performed in the optimum manners. Autonomy stands to feel your free will is the cause of your own actions rather than to feel that external forces cause your actions. Relatedness, to seek others who care about you in order to experience feelings of affiliation, belonging, and intimacy. Competency, to feel capable and effective in your actions rather than being incapable and ineffective. Second variable is the life skills, abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enables individuals to deal with the demands and challenges of everyday life. Life skills has been categorized into three categories: social or interpersonal categories, interpersonal skills, cognitive or thinking skills, and emotional skills. Social or interpersonal skills is further categorized into three categories: communication skill, interpersonal relationship skills, empathy. Cognitive skill is further divided into problem solving skill, critical thinking skill, creative thinking skill, and emotional skill is still divided into three categories: coping with emotions, coping with stress, self-awareness. All these categories has been given by WHO 1997. Mental health. In the present study, mental health of institutionalized adolescents will be conceptualized as a state of well-being in which adolescents experience stable emotional feelings, achieving overall harmonious adjustment, state of autonomy, and positive self-concept, high sense of security or safety, ability of reasoning and behaving purposefully. The mental health variable has been categorized into 6 indices: overall adjustment, autonomy, security or insecurity, self-concept, intelligence, and emotional stability. Next, institutionalized adolescence. The term institutionalized adolescence refers to the adolescents aging between 13 to 16 years, living in institutions and are isolated from the community, often far from their places of origin and unable to maintain a relationship with their parents and extended families, are in need of care and protection, does not have parents and none willing to take care of, and whose parents have abandoned him or her, and who is missing will be taken as the sample, that is institutionalized adolescents in the present study. Teacher support. Teacher support means the support in the form of degree to which institutionalized adolescents teachers help them if they are upset, help them to do their very best, care about them, and are fair to them and treat institutionalized adolescents as a person. Other background variable in the present study: gender, male, female, number of years of residing in the institution, less than 2 years and more than 2 years, relatives, children having any relative or children not having any relative. Now, overview of review of related literature. I have reviewed more than 150 researches related to my variables, but here, due to shortage of time, I'm presenting only the overview of the review of related literature. First one, life skills play a remedial role in solving problems to lead a better life. Aparna N. Rakhi, 2011. When need for autonomy, need for competency, and need for relatedness are satisfied, well-being of individuals increases. Bojan Mayer et al. 2007, Ishan Sari 2012, Amelie E. Telly and et al. 2012, Asin Uzman 2014. Life skills empower individuals to have more appropriate and flexible behaviors in the community and increasing their self-esteem, self-confidence, self-determination, sensation-seeking ability, adjustment, empathy, problem-solving ability, mental and physical health, psychosocial competency, coping strategies, pro-social behavior and decreasing in behavioral, social problems like stress, violence, anxiety, depression in classroom, misbehaviors, and self-destructive behaviors. Gender differences between life skills, mental health, and teacher support were also analyzed in the previous researches. John J.M. 2021, Yadav P. and Iqbal N. 2009, Mariam E. et al. 2011, Mosta Lamley et al. 2002, Shower 2003. The satisfaction and frustration of the basic psychological needs could influence their general well-being.
I think you can skip this. Go to the next slide.
Hanji, ma'am. I have talked about the mediation role of different factors, moderation factors, the role of moderators in different variables in these overview slides. Now, the objectives of my study. First one, to identify the level of basic psychological needs, mental health, and life skills amongst institutionalized adolescents. Second, to explore the connection between basic psychological needs, life skills, mental health, and teacher support among institutionalized adolescents. Third, to compare the difference between mean scores of mental health, life skills of institutionalized adolescents in relation to other background variables. Fourth, to compare the difference between mean scores of institutionalized adolescents of high teacher support and low teacher support in relation to their mental health. To compare the difference between mean scores of institutionalized adolescents of high life skills and low life skills with respect to their mental health. To study the relationship between mental health and life skills of institutionalized adolescents of Punjab. Next, to study the relationship between life skills and teacher support of institutionalized adolescents of Punjab. Next, to study the relationship between mental health and teacher support of institutionalized adolescents of Punjab. Next, to study the relationship between mental health and basic psychological needs of institutionalized adolescents of Punjab. To study the relationship between basic psychological needs and life skills of institutionalized adolescents of Punjab, and to find out the predictive roles of basic psychological needs, life skills, teacher support in mental health of institutionalized adolescents. And the next one, to study the individual contribution of life skills, basic psychological needs, teacher support in predicting mental health. To study the joint contribution of life skills, basic psychological needs, teacher support in predicting mental health. Next, the relationship between basic psychological needs and mental health will not be moderated by teacher support of institutionalized adolescents. The relationship between basic psychological needs and mental health will not be mediated by life skills. And the last one, teacher support will not moderate the mediation model of life skills between life skills and basic psychological needs and mental health. Now, hypothesis of the study. First one, there exists no significant difference between the mean scores of mental health, basic psychological needs, life skills, and teacher support of institutionalized adolescents in relation to their gender. Next one, there exists no significant difference between the mean scores of mental health, basic psychological needs, life skills, and teacher support of institutionalized adolescents about their number of years residing in institutions and relatives. Next one, there exists no significant difference between mean scores of institutionalized adolescents, high and low level teacher support with respect to mental health. Next, there exists no significant difference between mean scores of institutionalized adolescents, high and low life skills with respect to mental health. Next is there exists no significant difference between mean scores of institutionalized adolescents, high and low basic psychological needs with respect to mental health. There exists no significant relationship between basic psychological needs and life skills of institutionalized adolescents. There exists no significant relationship between mental health and life skills of institutionalized adolescents. There exists no significant relationship between basic psychological needs and mental health of institutionalized adolescents. Next, there exists no significant relationship between mental health and teacher support of institutionalized adolescents. Next, there exists no significant relationship between life skills and teacher support of institutionalized adolescents. Next, basic psychological needs will not individually predict the mental health of institutionalized adolescents. 12th one, life skills will not individually predict the mental health of institutionalized adolescents. 13th, teacher support will not individually predict the mental health of institutionalized adolescents. 14th, basic psychological needs, life skills, and teacher support will not jointly predict the mental health of institutionalized adolescents. 15th, the relationship between basic psychological needs and mental health will not be mediated by life skills. 16th, the relationship between basic psychological needs and mental health will not be moderated by teacher support. And the last one, hypothesis, teacher support will not moderate the mediation model of life skills between basic psychological needs and mental health. Now, research design of the study. Present research will utilize a correlational design which comes under descriptive method to examine significant correlation between the selected variables. The study will cover variables, basic psychological needs, life skills, mental health, teacher support. The correlation between basic psychological needs, life skills, mental health, and teacher support in institutionalized adolescents in Punjab will be examined. The purpose here will be to test whether there is a significant association between variables by measuring the correlation coefficient Pearson R. When significant correlation between two variables are observed, correlation design make it possible to predict the value of criterion variable from the value of the predictor value. Now, research population. In the present study, the population of the study will be taken from the institutional homes of all districts of Punjab. Institutionalized adolescents aging between 13 to 16 years of the institutional homes will form as the population of the present study. Now, sampling technique and sampling procedure. The present study is a descriptive study. So, to ensure that the sample represents the whole population, multi-stage sampling technique will be used to select the sample from the institutional homes of the Punjab. The sample in the present study will be those adolescents who are living in the selected institutional homes of Punjab. In the present study, the sample will be chosen from institutional homes of Punjab. Punjab has been geographically divided into three major regions called Majha, Malwa, and Doaba. The four districts of Punjab, that is Amritsar, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, Patiala, out of these regions will be chosen through random sampling method for the present study. These districts have 12 institutional homes, 10, 5, and 8 institutional homes respectively. After selection of these districts, 4 institutional homes from each district will be selected by using the sample random sampling technique, and from each institution, researcher will take adolescents aging between 13 to 16 years by employing cluster sampling. This is the graphical representation of my sampling technique. Now, delimitation of the study. The study will be delimited to institutionalized adolescents from institutional homes of Punjab only. The sample of the study will be restricted to 4 districts of the Punjab. Tools to be used. First one, life skill scale developed by Dr. M.N. Branda. The researcher will adopt the portion of the scale as per suitable for the present study. Next, the mental health scale, mental health battery by Ayun Singh and Alpana Gupta. Next, social support scale for children by Suzanne Harter, 2012, revision of 1985 manual. Subscale teacher support will be adopted for the present study. And the last one, basic needs satisfaction in general scale by Desi and Rayan, 2001. Data analysis technique. To test the hypothesis, hypothesis 1 and 2, t-test will be applied. Should I repeat the hypothesis simultaneously?
No.
No need. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Next, 3 hypotheses. These hypotheses will also be tested by using t-test. Next, 6th to 10th hypothesis will test the significant relationship between major variables. So to test these hypotheses, the Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation will be used. To test the next 3 hypotheses, simple linear regression will be employed. To test the next hypothesis, which is about the multiple or jointly predicting the variables, so multiple regression will be employed. In the next hypothesis, mediation analysis will be conducted using Barron and Canis 1986 4-step mediation analysis. And to test the moderation effect of mentioned variable, a hierarchical regression model will be run. Moderation will be tested using the methods recommended by Aiken and West 1991 for all variables. And last one, this hypothesis will be tested through process given by Andrew Hayes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Monica, very comprehensive presentation you have given. I just have 2-3 questions. Just go to your objective slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. How many objectives you have? 50, more than 15, I think.
More than 15, ma'am.
Yeah. So, I mean, your guide is also your in this Webex meet. So I just wanted to request, can we club the objectives? I mean, 15 objectives are too much.
Okay, ma'am.
मतलब जितने ज्यादा ऑब्जेक्टिव्स होंगे आपके उतना आपका और ज्यादा वो बढ़ते जाएगा उसका.
ठीक है मैम.
मैम अगर हम excuse me ma'am,
yes,
it's Dr. Frankie.
Yes,
I am supervising this this research work.
Yes.
I want to tell, I feel like we have this much objectives because we want to reach at the level of mediation moderation level analysis, है ना?
Okay.
तो हमें मतलब ये है कि पहले कोरिलेशन भी देखना पड़ेगा, फिर वो प्रेडिक्शन भी देखनी पड़ेगी अगर हम करते हैं तो इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे, फिर उसके बाद मेडिएशन मॉडरेशन पे आना है तो so that's why we are designing these much objectives.
I mean, you see to it, but I think 15 or more than 15 objectives, मतलब उसका सभी आगे जो आपका statistical tools है या फिर analysis है, so वो बहुत ज़्यादा, and in fact your sample is also आप मतलब कितने बहुत ज़्यादा districts भी है आपके, वहाँ से आप sample ले रहे हो.
हाँ जी मैम.
बिल्कुल. I know work is a little bit.
Yes.
But I think it's a PhD level.
मैम है मेरे साथ, डॉक्टर फ्रैंकी मैम है मेरे साथ.
Okay. One more thing, I think variables which you have shown in the PPT. So I think you can categorize it. There are 3 types of variables: independent variable, dependent variable, and extraneous variable. So you can make it very brief. I mean, और उसको आप PowerPoint means PowerPoint ही चाहिए, मतलब उसको बहुत बड़े पैराग्राफ्स में आप ना ले तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा for your presentation also.
बिल्कुल.
Then I think objectives whatever you have taken, तो उसमें भी थोड़ा सा अगर बाद के जो objectives है 10 के बाद के 10 नंबर के बाद के, तो उसका जो स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग है और आगे हाँ ये जो है ना द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन बेसिक साइकोलॉजिकल नीड एंड, तो उसमें कुछ वर्ब चाहिए टू फाइंड आउट, टू असेस कुछ, तो मतलब ये लास्ट वाले जो 14th और 15 नंबर के हैं, तो आप उसको रिकंस्ट्रक्ट कर सकते हो.
ठीक है.
बाकी तो आपका प्रेजेंटेशन बहुत ही बढ़िया था, और किसी को अगर कोई पूछना है तो दे आर मोस्ट वेलकम टू आस्क. Yeah, I think no one is there. So I congratulate Monica and Dr. Frankie Rani madam कि बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक आपने सिलेक्ट किया है वो जो PhD लेवल के लिए. So I wish you all the best. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I ask a question from respected jury members?
Yes, please go ahead.
प्लीज सजेस्ट मी कि मैं मेडिएशन मॉडरेशन एनालिसिस यूज कर रही हूँ यहाँ. अगर मैं इस पे कोई मॉडल फर्दर कोई मॉडल अप्लाई करना चाहूँ या बनाना चाहूँ तो मेरे लिए कुछ सजेशन.
Yes, Reddy sir.
Ma'am, we need suggestions from your side on title also.
Yeah. So please go to the title slide.
हाँ जी.
Because we are a little bit confused on the title. Our university or our Punjab side is not very much comfortable with these type of titles.
Okay.
They need very they need you can say कि in a research language, title should be in a research language.
Yes, I think वो जो last वाला teacher support as a moderator, तो उसको कुछ reshuffle करके देख सकते हैं. बाकी का तो starting वाला तो मतलब काफी अच्छा लग रहा है. Role of life skill as a mediator in between basic psychological needs and mental health of institutionalized adolescents. तो अगर ये टीचर सपोर्ट तो ऑलरेडी उसमें आपने डाला हुआ है,
बीच में एडजस्ट करना है.
जी जी जी.
तो आई वांट सजेशंस फॉर दैट कि कैसे इसको हम लेके आए.
रोल ऑफ लाइफ स्किल की बजाय अगर इम्पैक्ट ऑफ लाइफ स्किल ऐसे अगर करें तो आप देखिए कैसे लगता है. I think Rani ma'am, can we discuss it on personal level because the time is very less.
Fine.
तो
Yes.
हम लोग इसको बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Ji.
Okay. So
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
The next presenter is Anulekha Bhagwati.
Hello, ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, let me share the screen.
Reddy sir is the host. So.
Yes, yes.
Wait a minute.
Ma'am, actually, I'm unable to share my screen.
Just wait a minute.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
I think sir can make you only the host.
Ma'am, in my against my name, the co-host option is there, but I am unable to share.
Oh.
I don't know why the share button is not pressing.
Hello, Reddy sir? Yeah, I'm trying to call him. Wait.
Yes, okay, ma'am.
Anulekha, once again, you can try.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying continuously. Actually, I could not.
Wait. Sorry, just 1 minute.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. No problem.
I received a call from this Wi-Fi wala. Just 1 minute. Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Yeah, regarding, I'm just listening everything, but I'm not able to contact you. So that's why what ma'am is telling, Dr. Rajeshri Rathod madam. Ma'am, actually at university level, already it was approved. It's a suggestion given by at a DRC level, at BOS Board of Studies and so school board. We are not able to reduce anything. Number of objectives already they suggested, because every university they have their own way of work. So here, and another thing, according to World Health Organization, Monica, what I got, even one of scholars in our department is also doing on life skills and alcohol something. But the researcher and supervisor also did the same thing. I told whatever to the Paramita Saha. They're measuring life skills through attitude scale. But according to World Health Organization, the 10 types of life skills you can't measure through the single tool. Each life skills, your duty, you can use the different way to measure. The way you are going to measure the problem solving skills is not possible to measure the same communication skills. Each things are different. Interpersonal relation skills, problem solving skills, and critical thinking. Thinking is different, problem solving is different, and communication different. So we are not able to see what type of tool you are using, but maybe ma'am, Frankie Gupta ma'am, I am working with her since 2017. We can go through it later because of time. So whatever, but this is a very good topic. What is happening in USA, gun culture. Students are coming with gun, they are killing their co-students and teachers and others. So because of a lack of the life skills only, these things are happening. This is very emerging and important topic. Congratulations to both the supervisor and the scholar. I will get you, ma'am, what type of tool you are using, how we can do, if anything. Thank you very much for nice presentation. Now, Anuleka. Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Yeah, please. Frankie, ma'am, please, you can bol sakte hain, ma'am.
I need your guidance. I will definitely concern with you on this measurement part.
Yes, ma'am. I share you one file. Each skill is different. Nature of the skill is different. So we are not able to measure the same all the skills through same tool. So we want to use for each skill one type of tool within a major tool. Maybe you can put a tool part A, part B, part C, like that. So I give you, ma'am.
We will discuss later. Okay,
yes, ma'am.
fine.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Anuleka Bhagwati. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you very much, Frankie, ma'am. Anuleka Bhagwati, now you are allowed to present. I am listening your talk. Yes, you are allowed. You can talk, please. Thank you, Professor Dr. Frankie Rani, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Anuleka, ma'am, please present your presentation within 15 minutes only.
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay, ma'am. No problem. They can. 10 minutes we can do extra. Otherwise, if you finish early, it is also good.
Sir, is my screen coming?
Yes, scheme now. It is a PowerPoint is also make it is a presentation mode. Anuleka, I think I'm meeting you second time. Last August, I met you through online. Good. Yeah. Go.
Yes. So is it clear now? I mean.
Yeah. Everything is clear. Go ahead.
Yes. Thank you, sir. First of all, a very good afternoon to all the dignitaries present in this webinar. Myself, Anuleka Bhagwati, I'm a research scholar, PhD research scholar, Department of Management, Northeastern University, Tura campus, Meghalaya. So my topic for today's presentation is own source revenue generation by Gao Panchayats, the important sources and associated factors for fluctuations. So before starting the presentation, I'd like to tell one thing that in Assam, since I am from Assam, so in Assam, we refer village as Gao. So for the entire presentation, in most of the places, I'll use Gao instead of village. So coming to the introduction, in the Indian sense, the decentralization is only meaningful for rural local governments if the panchayats have ample funds to provide public services allocated to them. While transfers are unavoidable at local level since they do not have a competitive advantage in raising revenues, it is necessary to require them to mobilize own revenues for both efficiency and accountability reasons. And this statement is cited by Rao and Rao, 2008. The main advantage to raise own source revenue by PRIs, that means the Panchayati Raj institutions, in that it creates panchayats as local government, decreases reliance on state and central government, allowing panchayats to provide basic services to help them fill resource gaps at the panchayat level or in the Gao level in addressing local needs. From the point of view of governance, raising OSRs, that is own source revenues, such as taxes, fees, and user fees, renders the panchayat accountable to the public and thus increases the involvement of people in decision making. The increased share of own revenue in public service expenditure, for example, has resulted in increased participation in Gram Sabha meetings and has influenced the quantity and quality of public service meetings. Joshi and Nagarajan, 2013. The Foreign Finance Commission also observed that it is necessary for local bodies to act effectively as local self-governing entities to increase their own sources of revenue. Ministry of Finance, 2015. Depending on the devolution made by the state government, Gao panchayats may obtain its own revenues by taxation. Several studies on different states have shown that power which can give financial autonomy to panchayats is not devolved to them. Even if the power is granted, when exercising the power, there are many challenges. The strategy of strengthening the panchayat is linked to enabling them to produce revenues from the sources of taxation and non-taxation allocated to them. So regarding review of literature, several studies have conducted relating to, not exactly relating, but somehow related to own source revenue. So I just like to tell briefly about some of the studies they have already conducted. Sinha, 2018, has conducted a study and reported that among all other sources of revenues for panchayats, land and building tax is the most significant source with the largest contribution to the total own source revenue. At the GP stage or the Gao Panchayat stage, land and building tax is one of the main and daily sources of income. His study further showed that the power to levy a tax on buildings located within a panchayat area is granted to the GPs in all the states except in Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, and Uttaranchal. Another study conducted by Anand, 2012, found that some of the reasons of GPs or Gao Panchayats weak own source income or internal income mobilization. And the reasons are mainly panchayats' general reluctance to increase own source income as they are encouraged by state governments to spend funds devolved under unique schemes and not levy taxes for fear of losing the vote base and lack of administrative ability to collect taxes. Some other studies found by Rajaraman, 2000, suggest that panchayats' fiscal domain should be extended and new taxes allocated to the panchayats. Agriculture revenues are one untapped arena. States tax land ownership called land revenue, and income from agriculture is levied in 6 states in the event of planting. So coming to the research gap, the previous studies based their work on understanding the most significant source of panchayat's income, the state of PRI's finance, etc. Among all other sources, some of the influential works have delved into the GP's most significant sources of own income and the variables affecting low own source income. In our report, among all other sources of Gram Panchayats or Gaon Panchayats revenue, we tried to evaluate the generation of own source revenue and significant sources among all other sources of Gram Panchayats revenue, and also to find out relevant reasons for GP's fluctuations in own source revenue. So the purpose of the study, basically two objectives have taken for the study: to estimate the trend of the own source revenue generation, an important source among all other sources of revenues of Gram Panchayats, to find out associated reasons in the fluctuations in the own source revenues by the GPs or the Gaon Panchayats. Coming to the methods, the study is conducted in the districts of Bongaigaon, and in the Bongaigaon district of Assam, there are total 65 Gaon Panchayats spread over 5 Anchalik Panchayats, that is Boitamari, Dangtol, Manikpur, Srijangram, and Tapatari Anchalik Panchayat. 2 Gaon Panchayats were intentionally selected from each of the Anchalik Panchayat with population density of more than 10,000 as per 2011 census. Therefore, a total 10 GPs were selected for this analysis with relation to certain socioeconomic factors. The OSR was evaluated. On the basis of the revenue generation and later via a schedule, a set of effective GPs on the basis of the highest mean OSR and not so successful GPs on the basis of the lowest mean OSR were surveyed. The tool contained both quantitative and qualitative data on the roles and procedures that evaluate the realization of OSR on good practices as well as bad practices. The Gaon Panchayat sample were chosen on the basis of accounting data available for years from 2015-16 to 18-19 from the Department of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj. The data included the fiscal summary, different components of revenue and expenditure, and own source revenue and its component. Only those GPs which had all the 4 years data for both tax and non-tax components of OSR were considered. So in this table, from the table, we can observe that for the Boitamari block, or we can also say Anchalik Panchayat, in the Balapara GP, it has the lowest mean OSR, and the Shankarghala GP with mean OSR is the highest mean. Next, coming to the Dangtol development block, we have Bidyapur GP with lowest mean OSR and the Dolaigaon GP with lowest mean OSR. For the Manikpur Anchalik Panchayat, we have Goraimari with lowest mean OSR and Noapara GP with the highest mean OSR. For the Sijangram Anchalik Panchayat, we have Golapara Banglapara GP with lowest mean OSR and Kirtanpara GP with highest mean OSR. Coming to the last block of Bongaigaon district, that is the Tapatari Anchalik Panchayat or Tapatari Anchalik block, we found that Barjana GP having the lowest mean OSR and the Rangapani GP with highest mean OSR. So to find out the important sources and among all other sources of revenues of Gaon Panchayats and to figure out the associated reasons in the fluctuations in the own source revenues by the GPs, so the survey was conducted and it was undertaken with the officials and the PRI representatives of the respective GPs. So from table 1, it can be inferred that the Balapara GP of Boitamari Anchalik Panchayat with population density of 17,754 as per the 2011 census, it has the highest it is the lowest mean own source revenue. While asking the questions to the GP officials, they informed us that the GP collects taxes and fees from shops, house tax, and the charge per kacha houses rupees 25 and per pakka houses rupees 50. However, tax collection is comparatively lesser on account of non-availability of non-permanent staff. The analysis showed that the Shankarghala GP has the highest mean OSR revenue with population density of 12,226. While coming to the Doctoral development block or Doctoral Anchalik Panchayat, we found Bidapur, the lowest, having the lowest mean OSR income is available. House tax per the rate fixed by the Bongaigaon district, trade license fees, auction fees from leased out pond, tax earned from the cowshed, NOC fees from the mobile tower, etc. The different sources from which the GP generates its own income. So as per the information given by the Bidyapur GP office, the major portion of the revenue raised from different sources are used for only meeting expenses. They do not have community halls which supposed to be there. So for that they have to held up their meetings in the panchayat office, and for that they have to take the help of tent houses facilities, or they have to purchase or hire other furniture services in the GP, and major portion of their own source revenue gone for that purpose. They have also informed that the GP had previously designed a food bridge out of a structure approved by its own fund. Then in the Doctoral development block, we found Dolaigaon GP is has the highest mean own source income generated by GP from Doctoral block. The highest amount of house tax is due to the reason behind its high revenue generation. The villagers are also very alert, vigilant, and cooperative, as well as informed by the GP officials and the PRI representatives. They visit the Gao Panchayats themselves with the joint effort of GP to pay taxes. Coming to the Manikpur Anchalik Panchayat, we found Goroimari GP has the lowest mean own source revenue generation. I have also already mentioned that. So house tax, NOC fees, taxes earned from the brick factory within the GP were the numerous sources of revenue generation. Much of the revenues raised, however, used by the GP to pay energy bills, meeting expenses, and other day-to-day expenses. And although the GP has a lot of revenue generating potential, a weak tax collection system has occurred due to political unwillingness, lack of tax effort by the tax collector concerned, and lack of awareness among the general public. They are the major reasons for their weak own source revenue base. Then Noapara GP has the highest mean own source income. And in their case, taxes obtained from hand-driven carts, bicycles, vessels, house taxes, and other are the various means of raising revenues. As per the information, actually very good information that we have found from the field survey, that from the officials of the Noapara GP, that the GP does not give or grant any residential certificate without the villagers, without means clearing the house tax by the villagers. So this is one of the means great initiative taken by this particular GP, that is Noapara GP. Then coming to the Sijangram Anchalik Panchayat, we found Golapara, Banglapara GP, and Kirtan has the lowest mean score of own source revenue, and Kirtanpara GP has the highest mean of own source revenue. As far as Tapatari Anchalik Panchayat is concerned, the Barjana GP has the lowest own source revenue income with 10192 population, and the same Anchalik Panchayats Rangapani GP with the highest generation of own source income. Due to the limited land area and vulnerable and the tendency of high floods, the key reason, these are the key reason for low income generation from Burjana GP. And the main reason for increase of own source revenue in case of Rangapani GP is that it is near to the national highway, and the villagers in that particular GP have a high average literacy rate, and they are very aware that they have to pay taxes, they have to clear their fees to their respective Gram Panchayat. So these are some of the important findings which I have already mentioned while mentioning the table. So coming to the conclusion part, from the current analysis, we find that transient employees, dual official charges, lack of knowledge among the villagers, too much political power or intervention, and thus reluctance to impose fees on the villagers for the fear of losing votes, etc. Undervalued property prices, etc. main explanation for the lowest mean own source income for a given GP. On the other hand, some of the key reasons for a given GP's highest mean own revenue generation are attributed to improved resource base, good tax levy officials' administrative capability. The various sources of revenue generation were house tax, NOC charge, taxes collected from big factory, and which are the main reason behind the high source of own revenue generation. So the nature of the Panchayati Raj institution lies in their freedom to choose and prepare for their own course of development. They need to have their own source of funding, which are guaranteed sources. One of the observable measure for the financial autonomy of a self-governing entity is its own income. So the Panchayat's own revenue has an impact on the independence of the Panchayat's own revenue and their fiscal autonomy, unless they have a strong financial base with clearly specified sources of income and the revenues are properly controlled to maximize their capital. The Panchayats will not become effective institution of sole local self-government. So these are some of the references which I have used during my study. Thank you so much.
Yes, I think Anulekha, you have chosen very different type of topic, and the way you have presented, it's very good, very comprehensive presentation, I would say. And one more very important thing that you have shown one slide, that is research gap. So I just wanted to suggest all the researcher that while taking the review of related literature, you just have to find the similarities and differences while taking the review of literature, and you have to find the gaps also. So I think it was a very good presentation. So no question from my side. If anyone wants to ask, they are most welcome to ask.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Anulekha Bhagwati, I just have one only clarification. Some of autonomous districts in Assam, there is no panchayat system, na? 3 levels of panchayati systems.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 6
Okay,
districts are there, sir. 6 districts are there.
Okay, so here, actually in our Andhra Pradesh, if I implemented immediately the panchayati 3 levels of local governance, here, is there any such type of provision if any panchayat, they elect their sarpanch anonymously? They have any, in our Andhra Pradesh, they are giving almost 2 lakhs to minor panchayat, 5 lakhs to major panchayat. Because the election, they're supposed to spend money instead of they're always asking or motivating the panchayats to elect without election also. Is there any such type of things? Because
Sir, actually, sir, my PhD topic is only limited to the 26 districts. I mean, my population is for 26 districts, which is not included the autonomous districts. And as far as your question for autonomous districts, they do
no,
not
this
have
is
the
not for
GP level.
autonomous. This is not for
All
autonomous.
district. All districts, sir?
Any
Yes, yes.
panchayat, without conducting election also they can elect when they give notification. Na? If so only one person maybe provide nomination. Why I'm telling it will come under other income source instead of wasting money. So these type of things are also very good. That the same one NRI for Andhra Pradesh suggested if you elect my mother, I can give 5 crores rupees to panchayat.
So
here
that
you
type of system is not there regarding election and all. But regarding own source revenue generation, one part is there which I have not mentioned because it is not actually directly related, and that is performance grant. Under 14th Finance Commission, the government itself told if you, and that 14th Finance Commission, the funds are directly transferred to the GP level, and not other tiers of government, that is the Anchalik Panchayat or the Jila Parishad. They cannot claim the funds directly gone to the the GP level. So, and there is one provision is there, if you and that fund is divided into two parts. That is, one is basic grant, another is your performance grant. So 90% grant you will get by default, that since you have a GPs, you will get the 90% of the grant, basic grant. But if you want to get that 10%, that is performance grant, you have to increase your own source revenue, and you have to show your audited statement of accounts. So this has made compulsory for all the GPs by the central government of India. And I'm also thinking to carry a research on that particular area. But sir, major problem is that the data collection is very difficult, because they do not maintain proper data
records.
set. Yes.
Yes, true.
Yes. So that is one of the major problem I have found during like my field study and all. I'm till now I'm finding this hurdle in case of data.
Actually, now maybe a digital data management will come. The government of India and Assam, they're trying. But only one question last finally. What is, as a management student scholar, your suggestion for the panchayats to improve or increase their open revenue?
First of all, sir, the staff pattern should be good. Means, and the thing is that while field survey, I found that the officials are in dual charge. Means one person is taking charge of 2-3 panchayats. And you can imagine, sir, the workload is very, very high there. So they cannot concentrate. Another problem is that there is political unwillingness, as I have already mentioned. So these type of things should be removed, sir. And whatever source they have, they must utilize to the optimum level to increase the own source revenue base.
Yes, thank you very much. Now we can, I think if anyone have no queries, so we can go for next. We'll finish our program within 20 minutes. So 1:15 other. I think, Mevite, are you ready? Mevite? I'm allowing everyone. Mevite, you can speak. Mevite, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
just
you
that I
present.
need your help. I need your help in the PPT, sir.
Already done. Please, you present now.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks so much. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You start.
Then,
It will come. You start.
yeah. Once
Yes.
again, a very good afternoon to each and every one of you. So my topic, my PPT will be presented by Sir. So I'll just go ahead with the presentation. The topic of my study is on attitude of physical education teachers towards physical education programs in Central Board of Secondary Education and Nagaland Board of School Education, secondary schools in Nagaland. So please note that the CPAC will be read as Central Board of Secondary Education, and NBAC will be read as Nagaland Board of School Education. PET will be read as Physical Education Teachers. PEPs will be read as Physical Education Programs. Introduction.
Yes, just go ahead. It is taking some time only. I will present.
Yes, sir.
Just you can give introduction.
Yeah, introduction. So like for physical education, according to UNESCO 2011, physical education is the most effective and inclusive means of providing all children, whatever their ability, sex, age, culture, ethnicity, religious or social background, with the skills, attitude, values, knowledge, and understanding for lifelong participation in physical activity and sports. Baker's on attitude. On attitude, the predisposition of the individual to evaluate some symbol or object or aspect of his world in a favorable or unfavorable manner. The whole process of education is shaped and molded by human personality called the teacher, who plays a fundamental role in any system of education. Physical education teaches positive attitude towards physical education is very important, as it can provide quality physical education program to the students, which will eventually provide learning experiences that will meet students' developmental needs, help in the improvement of the mental alertness, academic performance, readiness, and enthusiasm for learning. Every individual has a variety of attitudes which might be positive or negative and can vary according to the favorability and unfavorability for various attitudinal objectives. The objective of my study is to compare the attitude of physical education teachers towards physical education programs in CBAC and NBAC secondary schools in Nagaland. Hypothesis. First hypothesis, there is no significant difference between the mean attitude score of physical education teachers towards physical education programs in CBAC and NBAC secondary schools in Nagaland. Hypothesis 2. There is no significant difference between the mean attitude scores of male and female physical education teachers towards physical education programs in CBAC and NBAC secondary schools in Nagaland. Hypothesis 3. There is no significant difference between the mean attitude score of rural and tools used. The researcher developed her own tool to compare the attitude of physical education teachers towards physical education program. See. Secondary school. See. Respectively is associations with Cisco and BSc secondary schools in the land, but the norm for level is each is plus 2, the lowest was is plus 2 of P. Zero, 1 and below, and below it's very strong with A, B, D, E, B, and attitude of physical education. Just a whole group towards
Meviti, can you hear me? Hello. I think there is some network issue from Reddy sir's side. He's trying to resolve the problem. Please wait, don't leave the meeting.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, audible session is not
Yes,
ma'am.
yes.
That's
Actually,
why
both of them are facing the same problem, I think.
even the feedback link also not visible.
Yes. Wait a minute. Sir is trying to join.
Estimated time to resolve, ma'am.
I don't know. Sir has sent me the message that he's trying to resolve the issue.
May I leave the meeting, ma'am?
No, please don't leave the meeting because sir is going to share the feedback link also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Please wait. Hello. Can you all hear me?
Yes, madam.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes. Yeah. Sir has called me. He's joining within a minute or two. So please don't leave the meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, in 1 to 2, but yesterday it was not done. That's why we taken some time. No problem. We just, ma'am, am I audible? Rajeshri madam?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now, sir.
Yes,
Now, okay, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. No problem. Your certificate feedback of we will share within 3 minutes. I think MEGHALAYA completed. MEGHALAYA, please for Scala, but better you take care. If you are not working, it is your duty to take system from others. MEGHALAYA, you take care. So physical education actually is doing under my guidance is very important in school level. But maximum schools we have without physical education teacher. A sound mind in a sound body, but we are not in a position to take care about physical health and mental health. Even counselors, NCT norms, NCT norms says at least one counselor for each school we are missing. Even ma'am, Frankie ma'am is from here, psychological background, science background, they know what is happening. Yesterday also shared annual family health, national family annual report. Kolkata, actually they are doing under ISI, Indian Statistical Institute, National Sampling Survey Institute. Punjabis, especially women in Punjab, they are faced more domestic violence during COVID time than any other state women in India. So this type of things physically here. At the same time, the women or girl students in Punjab and Haryana, their physical health is better than others. At 2:30, so before will come. I want to share here. This is my blog. Luckily, before power shutdown, I posted and I kept my Google, my PPT under Google Drive. There is a extraordinary. I did so many courses on research methodology, as well. So many other mixed method approach is a combination of both qualitative and quantitative. There are different sequential, exploratory, explanatory, sequential, concurrent. So the parallel. This is my PT, and this is under Creswell mixed method research more than 30. This is for video. Maybe you are not aware of blog. Please go through it. I don't want to take time because based on time it is my duty to act. This is my blog. Please go through it. When time permits, we have n number of programs on research and publication at the every Friday. I will present the same paper some other platform. With this, thanks to Professor Chennaiya sir, my keynote speaker, my own guru, and Professor Rajeshri Rathod ma'am, chairperson of the today's. I can take this one. So today's keynote chairperson of the technical session, and Professor Prabhasankar Sukla sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northeastern Hill University, Professor Raja Reddy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University, Professor Dikshit sir, IQAC Director, Professor Mipun sir, ISTD Chairperson, Shillong Chapter, Professor Mithali Kowa ma'am, Principal, MORAN College, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bhartakursa, Coordinator, IQAC Moran College, Dr. Sutasni Gogoi Madam, Coordinator, Moran College, and Dr. Srinivasal Reddyana, our well-wisher, and congratulations to paper presenters. This is just a beginning. We have another 90. I planned for this one up to 2030. Whenever you need anything, you can join our program monthly. My humble request to the scholars, those who want to present your papers next month, the month of May, please, you can text me, mail me. You can text through Telegram or WhatsApp, whatever you want. We're always ready to help you and share whatever we have. With this, my special thanks to one and all. Before going to share feedback link, we'll end the program with National Anthem. Before that, I'm requesting Dr. Rajeshri Madam to conclude her technical session. Only 1 minute. We'll over to Rajeshri Madam.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Thank you so much, sir, once again for giving this opportunity. And I think I really enjoyed the session, learned so many new things, and hats off to your patience also. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Most welcome, ma'am. Thank you very much. Now, National Anthem. Immediately I share feedback form. You will get your certificate immediately.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind, thank you. Please fill your feedback form for chairperson and the keynote speaker. I'm going to send your certificate as early as possible. Yeah, I'm sharing. Just you can fill. Not only now, in future, any technical problem, we are not able to reconnect you. Don't worry. You can send mail, WhatsApp number, Telegram. We are always ready. For us, don't worried about your certificate. It is our responsibility. Please submit your feedback form. YouTube viewers also, please submit.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, in chat box not visible, sir. Only in it will be visible. Only tap to unmute or tap to mute. Only that will be visible, sir. Not visible chat box, sir.
This is Raju from Kadapa.
Yeah, sir. Kadapa.
May I know who is? This is problem from your side, sir. You are facing the same problem. Please change your system. You are the only person saying like this. All are getting only you. This is from your side problem, because of us. Okay. You change your handset. Okay, sir. Machirajulu, you can take care about your system. All are getting, only you are not getting. You told the same problem earlier also. Please, you take care about your system. It is not under our control, sir. So we are not sending anything through mail to avoid problems. You got it, Machirajulu. You can go to YouTube. YouTube also we shared. You can get there.
Sir, shall I leave the meeting?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am. Co-host in general, what they're doing sometimes at the meeting, I am reviewing the co-host, you can leave the meeting.
Yes.
Only 1 minute. Because last 2 times it happened.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Now you can leave, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Any other, if you have any queries, please submit feedback form and check your mail.
Yes, sir, I already submitted and I also wanted to present my paper. So I should contact you, no, sir, in your next session.
Yeah. You can contact. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You can send mail or WhatsApp message. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Sir, any topic?
Safir.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Any topic.
Sir,
Safir,
actually,
बोलिए.
Sri Venkateswara University
Sorry.
is not showing the information about the
They
conference.
not posted the flyer.
Okay, but the last
they're not updated.
The last posting was the
No,
national
you join our Telegram group.
Yeah, I have
Here,
it.
you join our Telegram group. I have Telegram groups.
Okay.
I'm posting everything there.
Okay. So
You
I
join
don't
our
have the
Telegram group. It is available.
Okay.
Flyer. In the flyer, it is available. Just click it.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, you send mail. Otherwise, I have mail. Your mail I can send you. Otherwise, flyer. You go to flyer. Okay.
Yes. Also, I haven't got
Paper
the information.
presenters also. I will send you. Yeah, please.
Okay.
For paper presenters, send your certificates today night itself before 8 p.m. You can check your mail.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. I think all are submitted. To save my laptop battery, I'm going to close now. Thank you very much. Those who are not filled, can fill again. Just I shared. Thank you very much. YouTube viewers, I think you already filled. Or not, please you can fill again. I'm closing now. Thank you. So,